You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna delete. So we have too many categories. So I'm gonna delete this role.
Okay.
I'm gonna rename this dog shit. I'm gonna put this under not played. I'm gonna put this right here.
As you should. So fun fact, do you know how Raging Blast 2 had Class A, S Class?
Oh yeah.
So I think S actually originates from Japan. It stems from the word shoyu or something that actually means super or exemplary.
I remember Dragon Ball had Z.
Did it really?
It did. It still does.
We should do our own tier list with Z. Yo.
Z.
Let's go.
We have our new Z rank.
Okay, this is for all the Dragon Ball fans. We know you still got some of those subscribed. Okay, why don't we start with the ones that we haven't played? The one thing that I've seen from Arkham VR is that video where you're listening to the Batcave's bio of the Joker.
Iguana baiting.
Iguana baiting.
Failure, assault, larceny, grand larceny, spectacular larceny, vandalism, forgery.
It's so good. And that alone makes me want to put it on the actual tier list.
But then there's also Arkham Shadow, which I hear is even better.
And I hear it's a sequel to Origins. Oh man, I feel like we should come back to this after we've played them. I feel bad about not doing those justice. But based on that scene alone, I want to put Arkham VR in like high beam maybe.
From what I've seen, Arkham VR is very experimental, whereas Arkham Shadow like knows what it wants to be. Like it has combos and you really do feel like Batman, whereas Arkham VR, you're kind of just doing the basic movements. At least that's what I've gathered from having not played it, but just watching it. But like you said, we can make better judgments after we play these two.
Yeah, agreed. Lay down, buddy. Lay down. Lay down.
Arkham Asylum, dude.
Oh, okay. This game is a core. Joe, lay down. This game is a core memory for me because I just played through this game. Last Arkham game I've ever played. So I came to the very first game in the series, Asylum, at the end of my journey. And it was an incredible experience. Like, it's sort of slowly grown on me to the point where I think maybe it's just recency bias, but it might be my favorite. The atmosphere is just on point. And the other games are great. They only get technically better and better. But something about the confined nature of the smaller map in Asylum and the fact that it's such an iconic setting like the Arkham Asylum.
By taking him to Arkham Asylum, the home of the supervillains and where they are all kept, we really could take Batman and challenge him in so many varied and different ways.
You're in this kind of dark universe where you're not entirely sure of anyone's motives.
From the very first cinematic, when I saw the picture, it became really clear just how dark this was going to be.
That whole opening sequence where Enter the Asylum is playing by Nick Arundel.
Non-essential staff to vacate the area.
Oh, it's always nice to return to my sweet little hacienda.
A song that is so good that I set it as my wife's ringtone. To this day, it is still my wife's ringtone. And the text tone on my phone is, here, I'll just do it. Donovan, can you text me real quick?
You ready for this?
This is what started it all. Back in 2009, I would buy the Game Informer magazine and my brother and I would read through it. And we saw Arkham Asylum on the front page. And I remember thinking, oh my God, that looks so cool.
So if you're going from like Gothic to more kind of like Victorian era.
Gotham is an East Coast city and it was built a long time ago. So there are a lot of English and European influences in its design. And that was perfectly captured. And I think that's very appropriate because Arkham is really bedlam. And it really does have the look of an old madhouse.
On aura alone, this game is like, you can fight me on this, but I want to say it's Z tier.
That's a take. So my first experience with the game was actually the Xbox demo, and it was just like the first, I think, 15 minutes. And I think like I played the games out of order to begin with. Like I definitely think City was my first game, but I eventually came back to Asylum to see where it all started. And I expected less from it because I expected it to be like the base. I expected it to be the Assassin's Creed 1 of the series, but to this day, well, I won't say it's better than like most games today, but from a graphical atmosphere, just overall like feeling like a Batman game and story, like this game really just takes that.
It's a very unique look, and I think the audience is going to get very excited by it. It looks great.
I don't want to like take away from the praise we're giving it, but the gameplay wise, it does feel like the foundation of the entire series, as you have like less skills and abilities and ways to move around or whatever.
It is very dated. The combat is nowhere near as polished or as intricate as the later games.
The fact that like, I think it was only a couple hundred people who worked on this game, and one animator spent months working on just the cape animation alone says a lot about the passion that went into this game. Even though Rocksteady later became a bigger studio, it's still crazy to think that they were so small at the time and made this masterpiece of a game. So we have to give it props for that. But Z tier, that's a take.
Would you settle for S tier?
I will settle for S, and I only want to put it that low because in terms of being intuitive, it's not as smooth as the later games. And so I feel less of a need to like replay it, especially when I'm so used to like Knight and City. But that's it. It's only held back by its own sequels, if that makes sense.
I could talk about this forever, but...
All right, S tier.
Shut Arkham City down. It's out of control.
Shut it down. By the end of tonight, I will be a hero, just like you. Batman.
My hottest take is that City is actually the best one in the series.
I could see that. I could see that.
Of course, Knight has the better gameplay and graphics. I think that it brought out everything that Asylum was holding back and just elevated everything to a new level. The open world, the gangs and the enemies sort of feeling more like characters. They created an original location and made it playable and still feel in line with the series. This is a masterpiece. Like we just said that about Asylum, but it's a masterpiece.
And dude, the level at which these games balance character and lore to where it can have its own cohesive storyline, but at the same time, make time for all of these side missions, side characters, Penguin, Mad Hatter, Two-Face, and yet every single one of them feels fleshed out. And there's so much respect being paid to the world and to the lore, to the history of these characters.
He gets great joy out of just the most sadistic, oddball things. Imagine sucking down that last breath knowing that Gotham is doing the same.
What are you talking about?
Oh, didn't I say? I've spent weeks shipping samples of my blood to emergency rooms all over the city.
I mean, I think we all have memories of watching the Batman Arkham videos breakdowns of all of the Easter eggs in Arkham City, highlighting these minuscule details that we all missed. Those details are just a testament to the passion and care that Rocksteady put into these games. And I agree that it's impressive that they were able to maintain that level of detail in Arkham City, despite having so much more going on than in Arkham Asylum.
And I think that it works in City's favor that while it's a slightly bigger world, it's still very small, especially in comparison to Origins and Knight. You can get from one end of the city to the other in like 5 minutes, but everything is so compact. Every corner has like lore, something to explore, something to see and do. It's actually beneficial to have a world that small and still be that compact and dense with things to do. I have to give a lot of credit for that.
I played it on my brother's Alienware laptop. I was having the time of my life. First thing I did was I was playing like stealth missions as Robin. From the outset, the gameplay was just so incredible. I couldn't wait to play it more. It was so immersive. Not to sound too cliche, but it really makes you feel like Batman. And these developers just understood it. I think while it's my own personal bias that Asylum is up there for me, this game I feel like I can more objectively say they really hit their stride here, and this is gold. So if you agree, I think this easily goes in Z tier.
I agree. It does.
Okay.
I will not combat you there.
All right, what's next?
Dude, this is the start for us. We have so many different series. Arkham Origins co-op.
We do.
The Arkham Origins show.
I'll tell you.
On a serious note, like, dude, when I heard Origins was having a multiplayer mode, I was ecstatic. Now, looking back on it, was it the greatest multiplayer? Like, probably not. But it still was like my dream come true.
Oh yeah. And let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that this was not made by Rocksteady.
I remember this game having a rough opening.
Really?
People had issues with it, which is crazy because today everyone loves this game. But story-wise, like, this game was conceptually so good. The gameplay was an improvement of City. The cutscenes were just beautiful. Some of the best cutscenes, I think the best cutscenes in the series.
Oh yeah. Taking into account that this was just made so that people could have an Arkham game in between City and Knight, because Rocksteady needed so much time to work on Knight, makes me appreciate how good this game ended up being so much more, because they didn't need to make a banger. They could have just given us like an Arkham Origins Blackgate. I remember watching the E3 demo and I was like, man, this actually looks like a streamlined version of Arkham City's gameplay. The only thing that I can think of that might take a little bit away from it is that they just kind of used the formula from the previous game, which they knew was a working formula. If you look at it as far as what's new, maybe there's not a whole lot that's been added since City. I don't have anything bad to say about this game. I think I'm feeling maybe top of A tier, if again only because it's very much like City.
Yeah, we have our Z, our S, and our A.
Next,
do we want to talk about? Wait. Do we want to talk about this first?
Oh, we can. I mean, I've never played it.
I mean, I haven't played it either, but it kind of looks like, it reminds me of Assassin's Creed Chronicles.
Yeah,
where it's
exactly.
Like a smaller indie-esque game of a bigger franchise. And I think for what it was, I think it was good.
I agree. It looks fun. I don't really think you can compare it necessarily, because it's kind of just a mini add-on.
Legend of the Batman will be worth nothing at all.
This is a big one. This is a big one because I love this game to death. You can quote me, but I have an insane amount of hours into this game. From replaying the story, from playing Endless Night, from playing Combo Master, from, I mean, just doing nothing but dilly-dallying in the big open world. I love this game to death. From the E3, like, gameplay, I watched every single trailer, every single gameplay video, every single little clip that, like, leaked. I was finding ways to, like, have Twitter notify me every time Arkham Knight was mentioned anywhere, like any kind of new news, and I was on that, dude. So, like, needless to say, like, I was there, like, opening night. Like, I was there talking to people about how excited I was about the game, and, like, my 15-year-old ass was, like, annoying the shit out of these adults. I live for this game. But that all being said, I don't think it's Z or S tier.
Really? You don't even think it's S tier?
No. I mean, I love this story. I love the fact that it really does feel like Batman's last stand. The entire kitchen sink, like, they're throwing everything they have at him. The Batmobile is cool. I think the Batmobile holds back the story times. I think some boss fights were a little disappointing.
Deathstroke.
I think there are little things every time I play it, I'm like, this could have been maybe a little bit different.
Yeah, but gameplay wise, it is hands down the best Arkham game.
100%.
I still go back and watch videos of it, and I'm like, how did this come out in 2015? This is a masterpiece.
The graphics is still better than most games. I'm gonna get angry talking about how bad Gotham Knights looks compared to this.
Oh my god.
Dude, the water physics, the graphics, the rain, the textures, like, it's crazy.
The standard. This game is the standard. Yeah, so I agree with you. Like, I think you can essentially boil down the criticisms of this game to Batmobile, Arkham Knight as a villain, but if you like what this game did for gameplay and graphics and the overall notoriety of the series, this is the first game people mention when you bring up the Arkham series, or when Ben Affleck played Batman and he did that warehouse fight scene. Everybody was like, it's like Arkham Knight Batman. And the Batmobile is fun. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I love it. They overused it. Yeah. I will fight you on this. I think it deserves to at least be S tier. Because if nothing else, think about the fact that think about how this game set the standard for all superhero games.
That is true. We got to give it some credit. All right, dude. It has to go here. It has to.
I agree. I'm glad you see the truth that Asylum is better.
Oh, we're ranking it like that? Oh, wait, hold on. Actually,
oh yeah.
Only because of the story. Only because of the story. The story for Asylum is really
You'd have to be high to say that the gameplay is better. But the story.
Okay.
Also taking into account that Asylum started everything and it created the universe.
So I'll just kind of go over these quickly. I don't know if you've played Return to Arkham, but it's basically just remastered of the original games. They're both great. They have all the DLC. It looks fantastic.
You know what, dude? I actually do have a hot take on this one.
Go for it.
Okay, there's actually two aspects of this, because there's a really cool fun fact that the original Arkham Asylum was supposed to have rain in it, but due to graphic restrictions, they weren't able to include it in the original game. Yeah, so if you look at cutscenes.
Whoa, I didn't even notice this.
Fans were confused with this.
I mean, I noticed the rain when I played it, but I didn't realize it wasn't in the original. That's really cool.
Yeah, so you'll see it in the remaster, and you'll see it in the cutscenes of the original, but it's not in the actual gameplay of the original.
That's cool. You know what? Just for that.
Yeah.
Just for that.
Well, okay, but there's another aspect to that, which is why I want to put it in F tier. The faces in Arkham Asylum Remastered versus the original have like no depth, no shadow. They look so flat compared to the faces in the original. I was playing the original. I'm like, this looks better.
All right. We can put it, let's find a middle ground. Let's put it in like C.
All right. I accept that.
What about City?
I haven't played this one, so you take that one.
I'll put it in B.
Okay, that's fair.
So, to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, but neither of us have played Kill the Justice League. But I feel like we both have a lot to say about it.
Yes.
So actually, fun fact, I do own this game. It was free on PS Plus months ago.
I was gonna say.
And then I never downloaded.
I was gonna say.
So
I was gonna say, as long as you haven't paid for it.
No, I didn't pay for it. I have it. I can download it right now. I don't want to. So I want to at least start by defending it a little bit. So the way the game has ended, spoilers, turns out the Justice League is not dead. They're all cloned. Superman didn't die, but
they didn't know. They did not know that going in, and if they did, there was no hints of that.
There wasn't. The intention was you are killing the Justice League, and you have all this cool lore between the events of Arkham Knight and Suicide Squad about Batman coming back to society and siding with Superman. Like there's a whole I can pull up the video, but there's a whole thing where you can go through this museum and like find all this lore, and it looks like they're setting up for such a perfect Justice League game that you can play.
Yep.
But then Brainiac happens and then you're playing as the fucking Suicide Squad. I just think the idea of a Suicide Squad isn't inherently bad, but setting it in the Arkhamverse and making it so that you kill the Arkham Justice League is probably the worst possible idea you could have made for an Arkham Knight sequel. Like, I don't...
Especially Batman.
The character that you spent 4+ games playing as, loving, growing up with, just for him to kind of go out like this.
On a park bench.
But it's so disrespectful.
And I have a theory about this. Like, I have a feeling this was done to try and generate media attention.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
do
delete.
it.
So we have too many categories. So I'm gonna delete this role.
Okay.
I'm gonna rename this dog shit. I'm gonna put this under not played. I'm gonna put this right here.
As you should.
Because I haven't played it, but also it's dog shit.
And we're specifically not playing it. We will never play it.
How do we feel about this list?
I feel pretty good about it. I think again, if it was my own personal list, I might sneak Asylum up there in Z, but maybe that's just recency bias. But I really love. I mean, I think at the end of the day, we both really love this series, and we both know that it is at the pinnacle. With the exception of Suicide Squad, it is at the pinnacle of what is expected from not only superhero games, but video games, action games, from the gameplay mechanics to the story, to the characters, to the lore, to the passion of the developers. It's all there.
The fact that Arkham Asylum started with 40 developers and made the amazing game that they made speaks volumes to the passion that they put into this series. Every game in the series that starts with that has the word Arkham in the title, they all feel like genuine passion projects that they're made by fans for fans. Huge shout out to the developers in the studio for putting this amazing franchise together.
Huge impact on all of our childhoods and on the legacy of gaming in general.
Batman is a very special experience for me. He's just a very special character.